Okay, I am here and I am going to live stream, I hope, this time. It's funny how it starts without me knowing it's starting, and it tells me I'm starting later than I'm actually starting. So I am going to give this a go and see how it goes. Hopefully, everybody can hear me and see me. I'm just trying out this new live stream thing, so bear with me. I'm trying to find easy ways that I can come to you and just come and say hi on YouTube and give you what I got and get on with life, because as you can see, I don't think I've done a video in about, I don't know, maybe a month. And that's because I'm super busy, and to do all the filming and editing and all of that just takes time. So I'm just looking for new ways that I can make this easy. So hopefully somebody will come on here and let me know that they can hear me. If you guys are watching, could you please go to the chat and let me know if you can hear me and see me. I think you can see me. I just want to make sure that you're also hearing me. So I know that a couple people are watching. I hope that you will answer me in the chat room so I can get on with what I came here to talk about. So if you're not watching me live, just scroll a little bit ahead and you will not have to see all this testing stuff. And after today, I'll know what's working and what's not working, and hopefully it will be moving on smoother. Anyway, welcome back, you guys. If you know me, hi. You know that I'm always here helping you get what you want in your life. You know I'm all about it. And if this is the first time you're seeing me and are things in your life that you want, subscribe to my channel, because I'm always giving great tips and ways that you can do that. Subscribe and like this video. Where have I been? Okay, I have to admit, the reason that I'm on here today particularly is that one of my wonderful fans posted a couple comments on a couple of my videos saying that they miss me and hope that my walks are going well. Thank you. I'm really, it's nice to know that I'm missed. And so I wanted to come and check in and tell you where I've been, what's been going on. So, you know how we start the new year with all of our dreams and our goals and our aspirations and everything that we intend for ourselves for the new year. Many of us do that at the beginning of each year. And this year I was really like, I am definitely going to make my goals, and this year I'm going to stick to them, because every year at the end of the year I go, did I do that? Did I not do that? If I didn't do it, what happened? Hi, Lisa Marie. Can you let me know if you're actually hearing me on the chat? I just want to make sure that I'm just not a talking mouth with no sound coming out. So I really wanted to make my goals this year. So as part of what I do ceremonies, and I had some live streaming going on at the end of the year. I work with my clients, I do my monthly webinars, and I take people through doing ceremony where they can follow me along on video and set their intentions and work with really setting clear intentions with what they want to do in their life as their goals. And so I've been working with this for myself and my clients. And one thing that I have been saying is be very intentional with your days. Every single day, be very intentional about what you're going to do and what you're going to put your time to, your energy and your time. You have to have your goals, obviously, and then you break it down into doable steps. Now, this is not about all that, oh, I have to make my goals and I have to keep all these sheets in order and I have to do all these things. Yes, it is about that, but that would just drive me crazy. If you watch my videos, you know a lot of it has to do with working with the energy, being really aware of how you feel every day, being aware of how people are around you, being aware of feeling on target, really wanting to go for your goals, because you can have a goal, but if you're not really into achieving that goal, are you going to get it? Most likely not. Now, I have a Manifesting Breakthroughs video e-course. It's a 40-day program. You can find out about it on my website, but I have a private group for that in Facebook. And the other day I asked them a question and I said, what is the one thing that you've been wanting to manifest that, you haven't gotten yet? And the people that answered were like, I don't really know what I want to manifest. And I thought that was so funny. It's like, then why are you doing a manifesting program if you don't know what you want to manifest? Okay, so you're working towards manifesting, but obviously you don't have a clear goal on what you're looking to manifest. So how's that going to work for you? Okay, it's really funny how people do things. See, this is part of my work, is finding those hidden ahas that people don't realize are holding them back, and then turning those into exciting yeehaws. So I had this client recently, and she really wants love in her life. And I was talking to her because she has men come in and come out of her life, and she gets a little discouraged sometimes when it doesn't work out to be what she thought it would be. And she said, you know what, I'm telling the universe what I want, but I'm not getting the exact men that I'm looking for. So why is that happening? And I said, because you are not staying in integrity with what you really want. You are settling. So, one way that the universe works is when you're manifesting something, it will deliver to you different things. Like, so say it's a guy or a woman, okay? So you're saying, this is what this person, the qualities I want this person to have. They're kind, they're giving, they are open, they're spiritual, whatever those things are, okay? And then you get this person that has like maybe half of the qualities. But then the other half of the qualities are things like, you know what, that kind of really bugs me about that person, or that's not exactly what I was looking for. It's kind of close, but it's not exactly. And I really wanted somebody that would be like this man, this manly figure in my life that, we would be on equal ground, but I would feel taken care of like a man treats a woman. But this man is not feeling that equal. I'm feeling like I'm taking care of him more. It doesn't feel like that equal thing. But you know what? I really love this guy. I really love this guy. And then they ask me, so is this going to be worth it? And I say, the angels tell me that you're going to be you might have a nice relationship, but there's going to be a lot of frustration, and you're not exactly going for what you want. So you're not going to get everything that you have been asking for, because you're settling for somebody that's, not all of those things that you're saying you want. And she's like, so then why isn't the universe bringing that to me? And I said, because you're willing to settle for less. The universe is saying, do you like this? Do you not like this? Do you like this? Do you not like this? You say, I like this. I don't like that. I like this, but I'd like this better. So it's a way to fine tune what you really want. Now, why does the universe need you to fine tune that? Because obviously you haven't been all the way clear. So the universe is bringing to you what you are asking for, but you have some slippy, slidey energy in the process. So what you get is kind of a little slippy and slidey. So if it's slippy and slidey and you haven't really come to that part of being very clear about what you want, And how do you know that? Is by what you're seeing in your experience. This person's great, but this part is really not that great. Okay, this part really bugs me. This part is not how I wanted it. So you don't settle for that. You say, great, this part was really great. This part, I would rather have it this way. This part, I do not want any part of. Okay, let's work on this some more. So the next one comes in and you might have to do a little bit more sorting and a little bit of realigning until you finally get to the one that you really want. So it's not that the universe isn't giving it to you, it's that you're not quite clear yet. And if you settle for half the qualities that you want, then you'll get half the person that you wanted. Okay? And so if you do that, you are not staying in integrity with what you were asking for. So you really have no one to blame. The universe is giving you what you are willing to accept. You have to stay in integrity with what you want. So in this case, I was talking about a partnership. But what if it's a house? What if it's a trip? What if it's a teacher, a class, something about yourself, a job? How about money? What if you said, you know what? I really want to make $500,000 this year. And so you're like, okay. And then all of a sudden you get this offer to make $50,000 and you're like, oh, I need this money. I'm going for that. Now there's different examples when it comes to money, so it may not be so clear cut, but you have to be aware. Are you settling for a lot less? Is there a part of you that says, I can't make $500,000 this year? Is there a part of you that is not open enough to receive that amount of money that you want in your life? Because you probably heard it before, manifesting a dime is the same as manifesting $1 million if you have the right mindset. And, my programs, my 40-day program, my webinars, working with me personally, going on my trips, we move through those kind of things. We find what's blocking those things in your life if that's something you really want in your life. But you got to really want it first. Like I said, those people that were in my manifesting class, when I asked them what they really wanted, they said, I don't know what I really want. So why are you doing the manifesting class? That's really weird. Okay, well, there must be a reason, but I thought it was kind of funny. So I just want you to know that not always taking the first offer that comes to you. Look at that offer and say, is this the standard? Is this what I really want for myself? Because I know in my personal life, even in relationships, I would say, I want this, and then something would come along, and then I would just go with it, even if I didn't really want to. And I look back and go, why did I do that? Because they wanted me? Because that's basically what it was. They wanted me so bad that they convinced me to be with them when I knew from the start I didn't want to be with them. Why did I do that? That's so weird. We do weird things, okay? So I'll never do that again, okay? I've done that a few times and never doing that again. So you don't just let yourself be convinced. Don't take the first thing. Put your list of what your must-haves are and go for that list. Be willing to be in integrity with what you want in your life. So going back to where I've been, I started off that January with me and my clients and helping people to really kick off their year. And what happens normally around February, people start to lose a little air. They start losing the air in their excitement in what is possible for them. They start settling back into life, back to what we know, what we've always done. And if you're not careful, that is the point where you just ease back into the year and do yet another year like all the other years, and you don't hit your goals, and you don't make those changes, and you don't do what you wanted to do to get what you wanted to get. So at the beginning of February, I sent my clients that I work with more closely, those people that work with me, whether they attend my webinar, do my Manifesting Breakthroughs classes, whether they get readings from me or get healings from me, whichever ways these clients come to me. And I sent them an email, personal email, and I said, what's going on? Last time I talked, this was happening, and I had some offers to help them over this hump of when you get into that area of starting to lose gas on what you really were going for at the beginning of the year. And many of them took me up on the offer. Work with me. Let's get you over this next hump. Let's keep you aligned. Let's keep you feeling clear on which way you need to go and keep you focused. Let's push through this energy and keep this excitement up. So it was really great. So my February was super busy because I was working with these people all one-on-one in different ways and helping them move through that phase where they would typically, not just them, but people in general, you just start getting lazy and relaxing back into what you've always done. And as you know, if you don't make any changes, nothing's ever going to change. If you want something, you've got to change what you're doing to get it. So I felt really great in February being this conduit for my clients to help them through that and keep their momentum going. And that's what I'm talking about. I talk about this in my webinar, is once you have that goal and that momentum, you do what you can to keep that momentum going. And as humans, we start getting off course sometimes. And I was starting to do that. I have to watch myself too. I'm human. And we start to get off course sometimes, and we have to pay attention. Like, am I getting off course? Oh, I better straighten back up again. And you go along and you might get off a little bit. And you know, what's happening here with my wobble, a lot of it has to do with paying attention to what's going on with yourself. You know yourself the best. You're with yourself every day. So you got to do what it takes. So sometimes, like this weekend, I spent a lot of time meditating. Because when I meditate, I do my positive affirmations. I think about the clients that I want to work with. I think about the trips I'm going on. I'm working with all the energy. I've been clearing my space every single day, moving things around, doing what I need to do to keep taking myself back to that alignment. You start going a little sideways, you got to bring yourself back, and you've got to stay on top of that. So that's why my clients like working with me, because I keep them, you know, wait, you're going this way. Let's go back this way. And not only that, I have been working with my mentors, and I have been putting my energy. I went to Los Angeles. I went to a business conference that totally I've been not really so inspired by that, but I had a shift, and I have been so darn happy. Like this happiness, it's not just like this surface level happiness. Like this happiness is inside. So let me tell you what happened the other night. What night was that? Friday night. The garage door, a two-car garage door, fell off the hinges and on top of my Jeep. Okay, I should insert a picture here. Yes, I push the button because I do it from inside the house, and I always listen to make sure I hear the garage door go down. I pushed the button and I heard bam, 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 screech. Like I was hearing all these weird noises, and I'm like, that didn't sound right. What was that? So I go out and I look. The garage door is literally on top of my Jeep and like folding down the back of my Jeep. And I'm like, oh, bleep. Okay. Was I happy about that? No, I wasn't happy about that. It was awful. But you know what? I still had this this happiness that's so deep in me that it wasn't like I was happy about that, obviously. I'm not happy that the top of my Jeep got all scratched up and messed up. I'm not happy that I can't get in and out of my garage right now. No, I'm not happy about any of that stuff. But I was like still feeling this inner happiness, like that inner peace. I was peaceful and I had that inner happiness. And that's when you know that you've got something that's sustaining. And so keeping the momentum and sustaining that good underlying feeling where, yeah, life happens, things happen. There's always something that, could be better. But I mean, that was pretty bad. And I went to bed at peace. I was just like, okay, I'm going to have to deal with that. But I am just been feeling so good, feeling happy. I am not going to let that wreck that for me. So you do what you need to do, and you get back up on your horse and you keep going. And I didn't let myself get off key with that. I have goals. I have a focus. I'm super excited. I'm super happy. And I just want to stay with that. So no matter what could be happening around me, it's not going to affect what's going on inside of me. This is what I'm talking about. This is how I want to help people get to that place inside of them where they can be at peace and they can be happy and things can happen, but they are not going to let those things break them. Okay, and so I'm looking at the chat because I'm doing this video live stream. And Lisa Marie says, she has a question. I have been guided to work with the angels, and I know I have healing abilities. Although I know this is my path, I'm finding myself incredibly stuck in daily routines. How can I move forward and get my momentum to get unstuck? So I have a video about being stuck, and if you haven't watched that, go search for it. I did 30 days of easy ways, tips and ways to manifest. I highly recommend that series, and I talk about being stuck. The truth is, we're never stuck. So I'd like you to actually let me know how you're feeling stuck, because I can help you with that. We're never stuck because we're all made of energy, even like the densest thing, even like, something like that, a table, it's all energy. It just moves at slower rates. So everything's always changing. You go to nature, it never quite stays the same. So things are always moving. Usually when we feel stuck, it's because we're not clear. We have a lack of clarity on what to do. And so when I feel like I'm not clear, I never feel stuck anymore. I used to, but when I understood the concept that you're never stuck, I didn't have that to go on anymore. But when I feel like I don't know what to do, it's obvious I'm not clear. So when I need clarity, I start asking questions. Instead of saying like, oh, I'm stuck, or I don't know what to do, or this is never going to work, even though I might want to say those things and I might want to feel those things, I start asking questions and I say, I wonder how I could do this. I wonder how I could make that. I wonder what I need to do to get to this point. I wonder what I could do in my business now where I could feel more safe and secure. I start wondering and asking, I wonder how I can do that. I wonder how that's possible. I wonder which way I should go now. I wonder who I should be talking to right now. And you just ask those questions. I do it probably every single day. Since I'm living intentionally every single day, I talked about that a little earlier, being really intentional. Today, I am living intentionally today. And what can I do today to whatever I'm tracking? Okay, so I could be tracking my finances. I could be tracking something in my business. I could be tracking whatever it is. And I keep little spreadsheets on it. I don't do anything elaborate, but I keep little spreadsheets that I keep open on my desktop. And I look at them every day and go, this is what my goal is, and this is where I'm at. Now, I wonder how I could get to my goal today. I don't say, I wonder how I can get to my goal some point in the future. If you say some point in the future, do you actually ever get to your future? Think about that. Do you ever get to your future? No, you never get to your future, because future means another time and space that you're not at yet. All you ever get to is now. All you ever get to is here and now. So you have to say, I wonder how I can make this goal today. even if it seems too big, you still have to say, I wonder how I could make this money today. I wonder how I could see this money in my life right now. This would be really cool. I wonder how I could do that. So even though I'm asking that question, it doesn't mean that sometimes I get the answer right there, sometimes I don't. But when I ask, you're in essence asking the universe, how do I do this? What is the answer? So when you're asking the universe that, the universe, your angels, whoever you work with, they're going to do their best to give you the answer. So then that's your time to start listening, to start seeking for those answers. So in the meantime, after I ask the question, I say, what can I do right now? What one step can I do right now just to help anything? Like, okay, I wonder about these finances. What step can I do right now? Well, let me just figure out what I can pay today and just pay that. Even if it's like a $10 bill or a $35 bill, and you might have like $1,000 worth in bills, but right now you only have $35 you can put towards a bill. Well, let me go find out which bill I can put that $35 towards, and then I'm going to do that. Because when you're doing that, when you're taking these steps, they can be the smallest steps. When you're doing that, you're showing the universe, look, I'm trusting. I got this $35 to pay this bill, and that's what I'm going to do. Thank you for showing me where the rest of the money is coming so I can pay the rest of these bills. I do that stuff too. Sometimes, everything goes in cycles and waves. Sometimes my finances are looking great and amazing. And once in a while, because I'm pretty good at keeping things steady, but once in a blue moon, things happen. Life happens for whatever reason, and the things aren't flowing as well. So I have to do that sometimes too, where I'm like, okay, I have my list of bills. I have the dates that they're due. I keep a list, a chart, because I don't want to have to think about it. I want to know what I have to pay by what date and keep it straight so I can go and look at that list and say, okay, coming up, this needs to be paid. So I know that, I got to have at least that much to pay that bill. And I might have to pay my bills like that sometimes, where it's like every day it's this one or that one or the next one or whatever, where other times I could pay all my bills for the whole month. So that happens, and you can't get down about that. It is what it is. Cycles are cycles. You just have to have that trust in knowing that, it's this kind of time right now. But you know what? Nothing is ever permanent. Everything's temporary. So I know that that's going to pass. And the more at peace you can get with that, the better off you're going to be. So I'm going back to read. I feel like I'm constantly searching info to move forward, but in result, it's keeping me in a constant daily fog. Yes, finances are extremely limited at this time. And that's great. How did you start charging for readings and angelic guidance? That's exactly what I thought today, a detailed budget. And I don't really even do a budget because for me, I'm self-employed. I don't know what I'm making every month. Okay, so it's not like I have a job and I know I'm going to get paid whatever I get paid every month. So I write down my stuff and I know what I have to pay, and I just know that I'm going to be able to pay it. I'm never late with my bills. Never. Because I have this faith and this trust. I have, over the years, built this mindset up that I know it's going to come in. I may not know how, but I know it is. So one of my goals this year is not to not that that's a bad thing, because I've been in business a long time and I'm doing fine. I want to be more predictable in my finances. I want to build it up so I don't have to do that all the time. So that's where I'm moving next. So we're always learning and growing and learning and growing, And, I'm going through my things too. And what I teach you guys are things that I have gone through, that I have learned, that have helped me. And if you don't know my story, you can go on my website and look for the tab that says Manifesting Breakthroughs. It's actually the page of my 40-day program, and there's a video. that talks about my story. And it took me a lot of learning to get here. And that's why I can teach you, because I've been there. I have struggled. I know what it feels like to be completely worried about how I'm going to live. Okay? I don't do that anymore because I learned. So that's why I'm here helping everyone else that needs that sort of help. And in the meantime, I'm also still learning to get better and better myself because I want to. Okay? So I also learn. I'm also in my own learning curve, but that doesn't mean just because I haven't, I'm not Richard Branson or whatever. And you know what? Who cares? Even Richard Branson, he's always learning. Everybody's always learning. Nobody gets to that point where you never stop learning. It's all relevant. It's where you're at. So I have a lot of tools and ways to help people get through their lives in a much easier way because I had to learn it myself. So that totally qualifies me for what I do. So take that for yourself. What hardships have you learned to get through in your life? Because everybody has them. Everybody has them. And what you have learned, have learned that so you can teach other people how to get through that too. So everybody in this world has something to teach to somebody. And you are a gift to somebody and many people that are struggling from where you were at one point. And if, everything that I learned, if I just kept it to myself and just said, well, I'm too lazy to go on YouTube and tell them about this, then what am I doing? That's not, I'm not sharing the learning that I've learned to help other people. And I'm not about that. I'm about helping people get what they want. So as far as how I started doing my work, I think I probably got a video on that somewhere, but I just decided that that's what I was doing. I used to work in corporate America. That's in my video actually of my life. If you go look on my website under Manifesting Breakthroughs Level 1, there's a thing about my life and I talk about that actually. I worked in corporate America and I just felt like a soul that was dead at this job, which I had an awesome job. But I knew that I was meant to do other things. So I had to go do those things, even though people thought I was crazy. Okay, so staying on your goals. You've got to be intentional every single day. You've got to decide. I love my bullet journal. I did a video on this, the bullet journal. If you go on and do a search on my YouTube, I love it because it keeps track of all my stuff. And I make my goals and every day I'm like, okay, this is what I have to do. I know what I have to do. I don't wake up and go, what am I going to do today? That just isn't going to cut it. Okay? And I know the things that I'm going to do with my clients this year, whether it's working one-on-one. I know that I can only work with so many clients because I need my time to be doing other things. I know that I can, I have some trips. Bimini's coming up in May, and I've got Peru coming up, and I'm teaching a light activation healing class. So I know those things are set. So I have to know my whole calendar for the whole year so I can keep making sure I have time to stay motivated and do what I need to do to get to my next step. Now, I'm all about helping everybody get what they want in life, but do you know what I really enjoy most about the work that I do? I love taking people on trips. That's probably my favorite thing to do. It's the hardest work that I have, even though you guys might see my videos and go, wow, she's really living the life. Those trips are hard. I'm dealing with a lot of personalities. And when we go on those trips, people can make their biggest change by going on a spiritual journey with me because I get you completely out of your paradigm, out of the energy that you're used to. We're in Peru climbing in the Andes or ziplining in the Amazon, or we're in Egypt, going in the pyramids or the various temples. We're doing things that you normally wouldn't do in energy that is completely foreign to you. So when you do that, things start bubbling out of you that you don't know are there. And these are the things, those hidden ahas, that are the things that are getting in the way of you living the most fulfilled, wonderful life. I say, forget the dreams. Let me take you to your paradise. Because you do matter. You do have a destiny. You do have a point of being here. And you can do a lot of things that you love to do, but until you find those things that you love to do that are deep in your heart, that almost make you cry because you finally hit that part of your soul that you've never felt before, that is when your life springs open, okay? People can say, well, I've been to Peru, I've been to Egypt. Yeah, and I'm sure it was a great trip, and I'm sure it was perfect for you. But you've not been on a trip with me where we do ceremonies, where we do group activities, where we work with the energy everywhere we go. We're not just going to those places to say, hey, I'm going to the Bahamas. Hey, I'm going there. I'm taking groups there because we're working with specific energy. And when we work with that energy, things happen. And your life changes. And everybody that's gone on a trip, I have people still being grateful to me for a trip that they took to Egypt 10 years ago that's still impacting their life in a positive way. So these trips are priceless. Like, they are the thing that keep giving. And I was just talking to somebody in a meeting today about when you take these trips, how you change so much that you find out things about yourself that you might never find out about if you hadn't taken that trip. Or you work through things that might take you 5, 10, 30 years to work out in a trip that's 3 days, 10 days, or 18 days. Like, we can move mountains in those journeys. So that's where my heart is. That's where I love working, because I am all about people really, it's not about just getting the car or the lover or the money and, the stuff that we need for life. Yes, that's important. And definitely I want to help everybody with that. But when I can unlock your heart and show you a part of yourself that's going to make you truly thrive in life, truly have a reason to wake up in the morning and be excited about life, then I am fulfilled, because that's what really matters to me in my life. And I know that when people can experience that in their own life, that their life changes. It's no longer just life. It's like life in technicolor. And I can't even describe it. You have to go to know. So anyway, this has been going on for like 40 minutes. I just really wanted to come in and say hi and give you an update on what's going on. And I really hope that you guys, I don't know where you're at right now. We're in March. And I feel like I have done so much in 2 months. So I'm really excited. I feel really good about the start I've gotten to this year. I have gotten so much done. And that's because of 3 things. My decision and commitment to really hit my goals this year. Number 2 is staying present. Being present today, living every day like today. Yes, I have my week schedule, but today I'm going to be here today, and I'm going to be intentional. That's a new one. Intentional about my today and how I spend my time and how I'm going to feel and where I spend my focus to get the most out of this day that I can possible. And then I'll go to bed. And tomorrow I'll do it again. And it makes this year last longer in a good way. And at the same time, I'm seeing things unfold so amazing. Like, my year so far has been amazing. So if you made some, decisions to better your life at the beginning of the year and you found yourself kind of off center with it, like you kind of letting that go and you're getting settled back into life the way it's always been, it's not too late to turn it around. Let me be your little nudge today to say, wake up. What do you want? Write it down. It's always more powerful when you write it down. What are your goals? How can you live intentionally today? What do you need to do to start reaching your goals? Live intentional every day. Be present every day in it. Seek me out for services if that's what you need. I have so many ways you can work with me, but you can't work with me if you don't make it important to make that happen. I know that my clients, they make progress because they get the details and the clarity and the path on how to do it. And so it really helps. But whatever you do, if you want to do it yourself, you've got to remember to stay on target. And if you feel yourself getting out of alignment, because we do, I even do, you have to recognize it right away. Hey, I'm not paying attention to this. Oh, I didn't even look at my schedule for a week. I didn't plan my schedule for a week. No, you've got to plan your schedule every week. This is my week. This is how I do my week. The bullet journal, go look it up on my channel. I plan my week. So I know exactly what I need to do. And I know what I didn't do. And I know if I didn't do it, either it's not important and get rid of it, or get busy and get it done. And part of what I'm doing too is seeking out the help that I need to keep me growing. Because you know what? I did everything on my own for the longest time. And I did pretty good because I'm very good at staying on top of things. But not everybody is built to do that. Well, it's not that they're not built to do it. They don't have it in themselves to do it. But I had to do it. I had no choice. It was either do that or go back and work for someone. And going back to work for someone is not what I'm supposed to be doing here. So I had to work, and I had to work hard. So I have to stay on top of things. So notice when you're going a little bit off, okay? And then do what you can to realign yourself. Like I said, I spent the weekend meditating a lot. I make affirmation meditations, and I was doing that for myself. I was visualizing and feeling all the amazing things for my life this year. And that was what I was called to do to keep myself back in alignment, okay? And then I go on from there. And that might be different tomorrow. It might be get to the gym, or go eat some oranges, or revisit your list, or go make a phone call, or watch, this weekend, I really felt like I needed to be inspired. So I watched Conversations with God. I know about Neil Walsh, but I never read his book, and I don't know about his story. I know of him, but I never really got involved in his things. But I watched that movie, and it was so uncomfortable to watch at first because he had a really hard time in his life. And I was just the fear was kicking in, and I was like, why am I watching this? I wanted to watch something that was inspiring. But then at the end, it was amazing and inspiring and wonderful. And so watching that movie was a journey in itself for me. And it really helped. It really did. I read books that help me along my way too. Mostly business books and stuff like that, because that's what I'm focused on. So, you got to do what you need to do to get what you need to get. So, you know what, you guys? Get out there and get what you want, because you can. And as always, I'll keep showing you how. But you've got to do your part. You've got to take the advice and run with it. I'm not giving you anything that I don't do myself. And the only reason why I tell you is because it works. If it didn't work, I wouldn't be telling you, believe me. So anyway, thank you for your patience with this live stream in the beginning. It was a new software that I had to upload, and I really wasn't getting it, and I'm still not sure that I got it. But like I said, I'm trying to find ways that I can get on here and make some videos real quick without having to just record and edit and all that stuff, because I know I leave you guys without videos for sometimes weeks, especially when I'm super busy. And like I said, my calendar was full in February with helping people get over that hump to keep their goals on track. And I expect my calendar is going to be super busy coming up too, because I have things coming in that I will be working on. But I still would like to keep up to date with you and check in and just be here for you in whatever way I can. And so this is the way I think that I'll be able to do it. So get on with your day, be really intentional, use your time to your benefit, find that happiness within yourself so it can carry out around you, and start feeling good about life, because the better you feel about life, the better life will feel. I said something on Facebook yesterday. It was, the universe shows up for you how you show up for the universe. The universe is always taking our lead. So if we are dragging our butts and saying life sucks, the universe goes, and your wish is granted, life sucks. Everything you say, the universe believes and gives you. So it shows up for you how you show up for it. So even if you're having a rough day, and believe me, I have mine, I still keep saying, I want to feel good. I'm ready for greatness in my life. I'm excited to see the new stuff coming in. I say these things even if I feel bad, because that is the universe saying, okay, she's ready for this. Because the more you say things that feel lousy, you're asking for that lousy to come to your life. So if you want lousy, ask for it. If you don't want lousy, ask for good, ask for great, ask for better. But be conscious about what you're asking for. And you ask by how you feel, what you say, and what you do. Okay? So keep that in mind. The more you get used to doing this, the easier it becomes. So it's just, any habit takes practice. So be willing to practice your habits, your positive habits. That's why I love my Manifesting Breakthroughs video e-course, because it's 40 days of videos, and it's 40 days of amazing techniques and practice. And it changes your life like naturally. You don't really, you're, of course you're practicing the things, but somehow magically you start becoming so much more powerful and centered and positive naturally. And it's when it becomes naturally that your life naturally becomes more positive and powerful and wonderful. And that's what I want for all of you guys. So get out there, go get what you want, because you can. And as usual, I'll keep showing you how. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all next time.